So one thing I used to do, this is a good part of when we talk about building out. My work days never ended, right? They will always bleed into the nights. I'm on the computer all night. But with me now, you know, having family, being in the crib with my fiance and the kids, like when I'm home, I'm home. Like, again, if somebody's dying, that's the only way I'm picking up that computer. Like, if somebody's dying and something just has to be done, like it's immediate, if not, it can wait till tomorrow. And that's been so helpful with me because I've been present. I've been present at my house, right? I'm with the family, I'm with the kids. I'm just doing the thing. I'm pretty sure, you know, you can always be better, but I'm better than where I've been at, right? Because I usually be on the computer trying to multitask, talk to everybody. I'm there and I'm present. And that's the daily structure of how I make this thing go. And obviously between that time where I said I'm at work, there's a lot of things, intentionality going into there. But I just wanted to give you like how my daily structure went to just give a little game, man. Y'all, you got to be intentional. Like that's intentionality all throughout my day. Welcome world, welcome family to another episode of the EL2A Podcast. I'm your host, Jamie Gilmore Jr. To the right of me, we got Mr. Own Your Greatness, Mr. E-Rock, the Hype 7 Hills. Eddie Rock, how you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling pretty good, man.
Another day, another dollar. Yeah, man. Great, man. That red looks good on you.
Appreciate it.
I know you blending in with the aesthetics. My boy's looking aesthetically appealing right now. We doing great, man. So it's crazy, bro. We almost out of Q1, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Time is going. It doesn't slow down. 5 months. Like it's just a crazy world. So man, time goes. You got to get to it, man. Time waits on no man. I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope this episode as you're watching it, man, you are feeling amazing. I know it's a lot of sickness and stuff going around right now. The bug been going through our team. So I hope everybody's feeling well. Loved ones feeling well. And I hope y'all doing what you need to do, man. Q1 is almost over. So again, I know we set all these lofty goals in January, but around this time we get to March. You know, everybody get to looking crazy. But the cool thing about it is still time. If you want to take it back to like an athletic mindset, right? You in the first quarter, you got 3 more quarters left. You still got time. You know, second quarter, halftime, and don't wait, but you still got time, and I do hope that y'all are pushing through. Before we get into this episode, man, start what you're doing right now. Like, subscribe, and comment. It's free 99 to show some love. It doesn't cost you anything, right? It's free 99 to show some love. What happens when you like, subscribe, or comment, man? These episodes are getting into that algorithm, man. Other people are going to be able to see it, and hopefully the information is going to help them as well. And I also want to challenge you, right? This is going to be a challenge episode. I'm going to tell you already, but here's your first challenge. All right, share this episode with 3 people. Right now, before you even listen to it, just push the little arrow and share, click the message box and send it to 3 people automatically. Just tell them they want to hear what's going to be talked about in this episode. They're going to want to hear it, all right? And Cut Different Academy coming soon. Come invest in the future stuff, going to change the world. So many cool things are going to happen with this project, right? Like the whole dynamic of our community, the whole dynamic for generations is going to change through this project, right? We're building young men that are disciplined, that are structured, that are accountable for their actions, servant leaders, and young men that are just going to be the next father, going to be the next firefighter, going to be the next plumber. We're just going to be strong men, create strong families create strong communities, right? So we're building a strong community with and casino night. We got to see you in the room, all right? Casino night, I'm going to be there. Eddie's going to be there. Everyone's going to be there. But casino night, man, make sure y'all come out and have a good time with us. All the proceeds are going straight to our Summer Leadership Academy. And yeah, Rocky, anything you got, man? Said a lot. Anything you got to add in?
You said enough. You going to
come with some announcements one day, man?
Hey, man, look, I'm ready for the summer.
Okay. It's all coming soon. June 1, June 2, one of them. It's all coming soon, man. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And if you have any experience, you're a business owner, you're somebody watching and you have an experience that you think it'd be cool for the boys, reach out to us. Community service, reach out to us. We're always looking for community service opportunities, and we always looking for exposure trip opportunities. Share your gift with us. If you don't share this episode, at least share your gift with us, right? What gift do you have? Is there a skill that you have that you think will be valuable to our young men? Let us know, and then we can bring you in, or we can come to you, and we can keep, again, school to career pipeline. We're building a school to career pipeline, and we need your help in doing that. But I'm glad we went that way, because a lot of what we're going to talk about today goes into that. Last episode that we had, we challenged people. I brought up that Danny Grimes, he brought up on the Better Man group call, he brought up the thing. He said, get out the way, just do the work. Yeah. And if you're messing up, go back to the last episode, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But in this episode, when I'm talking about doing the work, I want to talk about, like, what are you building? Like, this, again, I told you, this is a challenge. This is the second challenge we're getting into earlier. What are you building? As you're watching this episode right now, I want you to just sit, and we're going to have a moment of silence. We're going to pause for a little bit, and I'm going to ask you, what are you building? What are you working towards? What's the goal? What's the vision? What's the mission? And if you don't have the answers to these questions right now, you need to stop, and we have to build now. I literally just sat here and told you that Q1 is almost over. We're literally about to go into Q2. It's going to be summer before you know it. It's going to be fall before you know it. And then it's going to be the winter. It's going to be the end of the year. And then it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to get back to the new year. And we're going to say, well, next year they're going to set these lofty goals. But then why aren't you building now? What's stopping you in the season from building now? And again, don't make this like rocket science. Don't make this bigger than it have to be. When I ask you, what are you building now? You can easily think, oh, that business idea. I want to build a Fortune 500 company. Come on, let's bring it down a scale. What habits are you building? What skills, like little thing that you can do each and every day, a system, a routine that you can build each and every day that's going to get to that big goal, to where you're going to be able to be that business owner, where you're going to be able to be a better father, a better mother. Like, what are you doing in that? Like, when I say, what are you building now? That's what I'm asking you. Like, what are you intentionally doing that's helping you build to be a better person, right? It doesn't have to be the big thing. It could be a day action, daily deposit. What am I building? But you have to be building something. If you don't intentionally know what that is right now, then we're in the wrong spot. And Rocket, I want you to kick it off for us, man. And I'm gonna ask you the same question I just challenged our people with. Like, in this season, like right now, what are you building?
Structure. I think we talked about it a couple of episodes ago, but building structure, especially at the house with the kids. I think the episode, I want to say that, so it could have been 3-4 episodes ago, where I was talking about we basically created that an outline of what they had to do with their chores weekly. We restructured it. Naya felt like it was too much. She had too many days to clean, so we kind of revamped it and got it to where I think she's able to do it now. But building a structure and trying to get them on the same routine of being able to understand that there's work to be done. You do what you're supposed to do, then you can do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. So building that structure at home with the kids, and then also I know I said that as far as the monthly engagements with the family. My girl not watching, so I could talk about it. I think she'll probably say I fell off, doing our date nights or whatever. But getting on track with that, making that a habit where we do something once a month, and then with myself, as far as I guess the outside of Cut Different, it would be real estate, building up the database so that those leads will turn into dollars, and ultimately really helping people. So.
And I think even for mine is structure as well. In this season, and structure to buy my time. You know what I mean? So to get control of my time. We keep time keep coming up. We only have so much time in the day. Your time goes so fast. Again, we already in March, so I want to be able to be so militant with my time and with the structure of my schedule. And when I say that, like again, and no day really looks the same for me, but I do want to have, like, on Monday, like, this is my focus. On Tuesday, this is my focus. On Wednesday, this is my focus. And between this time and this time, like from 8 to 12 on Monday, I can have meetings. From Tuesday, from 9 to 12, close off because I'm focusing on a podcast. From on Wednesday, 9 to 12, open up for meetings. You get what I'm saying? Like, so to the T to where I'm getting the most out of my time. A lot of times right now I allow things to get me off track. It may be a phone call like today. For example, we had a team meeting that needed to happen. I usually focus on podcasts on Tuesday, but an immediate team meeting needed to happen. So I had to do that for, an hour. So that really, knocked me off what I was trying to do. But I guess that was vitally important, need to happen. But in the grand scheme of what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to be so structured to like even things like that. Well, I can't do that right now. You get what I'm saying? Again, if somebody's dying, we can do this right now. But if nobody's dying, this ain't what, like, I want to be that militant with my shirt, because I want to buy my time back, and I want to be able to like be efficient with my time, right? Even for reading books, I talked about this all the time on the beginning of the January Empire. I talked about how reading the Bible is something I want to do. That's still, and again, I'm in the app every day. Like I do the Bible plan, I read that, but when it comes to the physical Bible, that's something I'm still struggling with, right? But having a time in my schedule, if it's from Mondays from 8 to 11, or I ain't gonna read 3 hours, but reading time for an hour on a Monday. You know what I mean? Like literally putting time into where I'm being the most effective. I think that type of structure is gonna help me. And I think even for everybody, you like buy your time back. You know what I mean? Get real militant with your schedule, with your time, and be able to help you to be able to take advantage of this. So again, I think that goes into what you're building. And the next thing that even outside of the structure thing, and I think this is what's going to help people. It's simple, but I think it's going to help people. Like, have a plan. Like, I know you want to be rich. I know you want to be successful, and I know you want to live a good life. But what's the plan? You know what I mean? When I'm talking about building now, you have to have a plan, and I think that's what allowed us to be successful. We had a plan. Even though the plan wasn't like, we didn't know if the plan was going to work. We never seen the plan be played out. We drew a plan. Bro, when we were in infant stages of Cut Different, we were having Fortune 500 company meetings. We were having meetings. Like, we didn't know what this was. We were having weekly meetings with gentlemen to make this, with book notes, writing out plans, having meetings. We had a business plan. Like, in 2020, the birth of our organization, we had a business plan that literally had a SWOT analysis. It had like 20 pages of competitors and advantages and all these different things. Like, it's in there, and it had a game plan. Who do we need to meet? Who do we need to? And it literally was a roadmap for me. Like, it was a plan in place. I just had to put into action. Okay, we want to make a relationship with the Marion County Public Schools. That's one of the first goals we had on that thing, because we are working with kids. Kids are at school. We have to meet them where they're at. So a kid may never come to us, but a kid goes to school. So if we want to build a relationship with the kids, we need to build a relationship with the school. So we need to partner with the Marion County Public Schools. So what do? We start working. I started in 2020, 2021. I was volunteering with the Marion County Public Schools for free because I wanted to build the relationship with the schools. I was going to 5 schools, not getting paid, going each and every day, going in and out of schools, building a relationship to be able to be it to the point to where we are now, to where we contracted with the Marion County Public Schools. Because during that time, I showed them what they needed. I'm pretty sure they knew they needed mentorship, but I showed them. I'm going to show you how this works, and I'm going to show you the results. So you have no choice but to have us in here. Because if you say no to us, you're basically saying, I don't want help. Or the thing he just did that got results, we don't want it. Nobody really wants to say that. If you go in and show the results, do the work. Go back to the last episode, do the work and show the results. Now you can do that. So that goes back into now, what are you building, right? So in a time where we didn't know nothing, never seen anybody run a business, never seen anybody run a nonprofit, we had a plan. And again, I went in there, we were working the plan. Even Eddie wasn't here. I let him talk for him, but I was working the plan on the ground. We want to build a relationship with the Marion County Public Schools. I want to meet the mayor, speak with the mayor. I want to meet with the chief of police. I want to meet with the sheriff. I want to meet with all these people. There was a list of names that I had, and I literally crossed everybody off the list. And that's what gets us here, the work, not the social media stuff you see, the cool, fancy stuff you see now. Like, that's a fruit of what we've done. But if you go back way to 2020, there was a people that didn't know anything that was doing the work, right? We were building in the dark. We were building in the dark, and that's what gets us here. And I want you, for you to fill in on there, when it comes for you, like how are you in that season of our infant stages? How are you building? Like where? Because again, you were in Tally, it was different. I was here on the ground, but how are you building?
I think one of the biggest things for me was the relationships with the youth. It was because we were doing it was crazy. I don't know who I was talking to. I was just talking to somebody the other day last week, and I was like, well, because we were actually, I think I was talking to Hunter, but we were talking about when we first started, because it was COVID, we were doing Zoom calls, for after school, and to meet the kids through one, like you say, being 180 some miles away. Not meeting them in person, that was, of course, we understand the relationship aspect of how important the relationship is. So for me, all the boys that we were bringing on, it was like I felt like there wasn't really a relationship because of the, I guess the screen and being so far away. So I made sure that's when I was coming home, over like once a week to be home for when we did the summer program, wanting to build that aspect. But then when we moved into the after school, into that school year, still wanting to be a part. So trying to build those relationships through, make sure I was attentive. I remember even the days would be on a Zoom and I'll be, you ask me a question, I'm waking up,
falling asleep.
But I mean, still, building those relationships, and the kid, like one of the ones that I really remember between KJ Hellinger and even with Aiden, when they first came on, I remember, being on them Zoom calls, and then now, look at me and Aiden, what I'm saying, get on my nerves to this day, but at the end of the day, still building those relationships. So, like you say, doing the work of being intentional about the relationships that we're trying to build. Now, you building those relationships from a long distance, but now we're now being in the schools, being back in Marion County, and I was, building the relationships with the kids while we're in the schools, and then how that trickles out into the community. Yeah. I think that was, even when I didn't, it's crazy that we having this conversation now, but even when I didn't understand it then, it was something that I really wanted to make, to make happen, really wanted to happen for myself. So, now we're actively doing it in those relationships. Parents see the relationships that we have with the kids.
Yeah.
And I think that's just being intentional about what we wanted out of it. We understand. I know you hit home with, when we're in the schools, we knew in order to build that relationship, we had to meet them where they were in the schools. But now, meeting the students where they at. We're in the schools, but now we're building that relationship. So now we're hoping for a longer effect after they leave. And I think that was the beginning stages of building has gotten us to where we are. So now we're building something bigger than what we, bigger than just the mentorship. Now now we've got the academy and everything coming, but being intentional about what we wanted.
Yeah, and I think even something you didn't say or may not even be thinking about that was happening was on the last episode you mentioned Cone, right? And you mentioned how you were there and you were in one mindset and you had to flip your mindset. During that season of flipping your mindset, what you were doing, you were building, right? That building you were doing wasn't intentionally like doing nothing to cut different, but it was intense at the end of the day, because who you were, your attachment and what the person you built and you start being, now you intentionally are building a relationship with these people to where they like you or want to support you. And now when we come out the light and we got our thing going, now our biggest sponsor is Cone Distributing, right? So the building, right? So something you may be building, you may be doing it unintentionally, not knowing like the relationship you're building. Just being a good person, like being the golden rule each and every day, how that's going to overlap into the thing that you're actually trying to do, right? When he was showing up at Coney, you got to go to the last episode how we talked about it, but when he was showing up and he started separating himself in the break room, when you would started like, okay, I don't want to be on the rabbit no way, I want to go to the next level of this thing. As you were working up, what they seen in you is like, okay, he got an organization, so that means he may be building another one of him. So I want to support this because that means we may get more of him. Yeah. Right now, you were able to tie what you got going, or your vision or your mission and what you got going, but your everyday actions, the habits you were creating, went totally into that. And I think the habits of it is so important. So what habits are you creating each and every day, right? The habits are like, now these are things that you're just doing naturally. This is just who you are. This is your DNA. This is your makeup. So again, I say daily deposits. What are you doing intentionally to pour into yourself or pour into somebody else each and every day? And you're not knowing that that person that you're showing up into, is going to help what you're building, right? So that's part of building now. Like being aware of your habits, like what habits are you have and what habits are you creating to make sure that you're building the right way you want to. So I think habits is something that is important. When you think about habits, are there any habits you ever had, bro, that like were intentionally, not intentionally, but they were, I guess, quietly breaking you down, that you had to really go in and be like, all right, now I need to switch
habits.
Yeah,
I mean, the only thing,
bad habits you ever had.
being quick tempered, but at the same time, I knew I had a quick temper, but I mean, to this day, all the teachers, I tell the boys, I mean, all the teachers always said I was mannerable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't say I had any habits that was tearing me down, but I mean, I think that's probably about as close as I could get.
Yeah,
honestly. But it's so funny because even when we talk about the building, building up to where we are now, with the young men that we encounter, telling them all, your future is serious, because what you do now can affect you in the long run. Just got a call today. One of our boys, made a bad decision, and we were on this neck heavy, trying to keep them on the right track, but letting them know, like, hey, you're building. If you don't chill, you're gonna build a persona. You're gonna build your image of somebody that you don't want to be, because it's gonna affect you in the long run. And I think now he's gonna see what that negative image was that he was building up, what it can do to him. So on the flip side of it, through the work that we do, we want these young men to build themselves up with the tools, having the tools and their tool belt to be successful, because we understand where that can take them. The mentality, the 6 points of communication. It was crazy when at the session after school, with oh man, I can't think, Sayer, when he said he didn't know what it was, but in that moment of being able to actually teach, to get them to understand, then Messiah jumping in and him, standing up and giving that example. Now that lets us, that empowered me even more to say, okay, this is serious, because now I can see this is building them up in the mental frame, the mental mindset, to get them to understand that this can be powerful, using these 6 months communication as you go into the community as you get older. So again, just building powerful people, and being, just like you say, being intentional, man. I think that's key. Being intentional about what you're trying to do.
Yeah, and I think intentionality. So this is why I want to give just a little insight to your daily structure, right? Because we're asking people to build now. So when you're saying build now, that means that the viewers, the person that's watching, we ask you to, like, right now, to intentionally like start being intentional and build. And I wanted to break down, like, my intentionality, how my day looks. So when I think about, like, the morning, I'm up either 4 or 5 o'clock every morning, and I'm working out. Like, well, first of all, I get up and thank God. Like, the first thing, I intentionally say thank you, Jesus, every morning. Like, I open my eyes, right? That's an intentional just thing for me, understanding, like, me getting up today had nothing to do with me, right? There's somebody else that's bigger than me, that has control of my life, and for him giving me another day of life, I'm thankful for that. So I say thank you, Jesus. All right, now obviously, but the next thing I do, I get ready, I go work out. So me working out is like my therapy. That's my thing. I'm getting out, I'm thinking, I'm doing that. Gospel music is my thing on the way to the workout. But then when I get in the workout, I like to be quiet. Like, for the first, like, 10 to 15 minutes, I do quiet. I like to do quiet time. So this is my time just to thinking about, okay, what's the play today? And I just have my mind rolling. So I'm rolling through that, and then obviously workout. And then a big part of the back end of my workout, the sauna and the steam room. So again, sweating, there's a lot of scientific things that go into that. And then after that, I'm right back to the home. So I do have my family at home. So I have J3, Caden, and my fiance, Shauna. So I go right back home, and I'm making sure that I'm home, getting everybody right, getting off to their day. Spend a little time with J3, with the babies, 5 months, spending my time and doing that. And then I'm off to the work duty, and then I'm into my day. But then my work day, obviously I'm grinding. I ain't gonna get into the work day, but my work day is structured, obviously meetings and things I have to do. But my home time, when I'm done with work, so one thing I used to do, this is a good part when we're talking about building now. My work days never ended, right? They will always bleed into the nights. I'm on the computer all night. But with me now, having family, being in the crib with my fiance and the kids, like, when I'm home, I'm home. Like, again, if somebody's dying, that's the only way I'm picking up that computer. Like, if somebody's dying and something just has to be done, like, it's immediate. If not, it can wait till tomorrow. And that's been so helpful with me because I've been present. I've been present at my house, right? I'm with the family, I'm with the kids. I'm just doing the thing. I'm pretty sure, you can always be better, but I'm better than where I've been at, right? Because I usually be on the computer trying to multitask, talk to everybody. I'm there and I'm present, and that's the daily structure of how I make this thing go. And obviously between that time where I said I'm at work, there's a lot of things intentionality going into there. But I just wanted to give you like how my daily structure went to just give a little game, man. Y'all, you got to be intentional. Like that's intentionality all throughout my day. And so for you, how did your daily structure look, the Rocket? He don't work out. He don't work out.
I ain't gonna do every day. I'm not gonna do every day.
So he go ahead.
I'm not gonna do every day, but I think so. Outside of the everyday working out, I know again. So it was cool because again, so we talking about building and going from Cone to being self-employed or working for KD. It was a transition, and what I was building then was trying to, building financial support when I was at Cone. But then now that I'm able to, working for ourselves, what I was building in the morning. So I was literally, as Q was growing, I remember the morning calls, the me saying good morning to him was always through calls like, how you doing? Straighten up or something like that. But then now that we work for ourselves, I ended up, what happened was when Kim, which is my fiance, when she ended up having the baby, our youngest daughter, when she had her, she couldn't take you to the bus anymore. So Nella, she's a year old now, 15 months. So since she had the baby, I've been taking him to school ever since. But not knowing, and I used to hear his mom pray with him every morning, but then it got to now I'm the one having to take him to the bus in the morning, and now I got to continue that. So now we're praying together, and it was crazy because when we met for Christmas, we always pray at our before we open gifts at our parents' house. I knew he could pray. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't surprised, but you remember what Naya said. Mm-hmm. Where did that come from? Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, being intentional about praying with him, giving him, building that prayer life, giving them, building that faith, so that, now I hear both of them, there are different times where they may be, whatever the case. There was one night Naya was scared, and I just remember her saying, I want to pray, you know what I'm saying? But trying to build that aspect of their life up, because, I mean, we had it, but, we I did Pops a pastor, but I've been preaching since I was 14, but it's just certain things that we didn't do as much. I probably said a quick prayer, but I wasn't intentional about it. And now I think for my kids, I believe they're intentional about the way that they pray. So after that, I think, and just building that relationship, because there are a lot of, work was work when I was at Cone, and I did what I had to do. But now when I'm home, being able to say love you, tell them I love them before I go again, building that family, that dynamic of being able to be there for the dad saying I love you to the kids, because within our community, it's not much of that going on. So trying to build that up to get them to understand that this is how it's supposed to be. This is what family structure should be. Yeah. Build like you said, a strong family equals a strong community.
Yeah, I love it, man. And lastly, what I do want to add to it now, is the delayed gratification part of this, right? So we came on and we talking about build now. And yes, you should be building now. You should be working towards something now. But the delayed gratification of it is not expecting the reward tomorrow. If you're starting to build today, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? You're not going to have this beautiful thing tomorrow. Again, going back to what us, that's all I know. I can tell you what we've done, and how we get to where we've done. There's years and years of work. Again, from 2020, 2021, I think we got our first start really making some money in 2020, 2022. There was 2 years literally of just grinding, nothing coming in. I literally was a person that left home. I went to college. I lived on my own for 8 years. I left in 2012. I came back in 2020. I literally had to move back in with my parents. I lived with my parents for 2 as we were building cut different. I'm in the crib. So get a grown man. I'm 28 something at years old. I'm in the crib with my parents. I don't have a vehicle. I'm driving my pops whip around town. but I'm building, I'm working towards something, right? You could, like, there was no point at that moment that I looked down and like I felt like I was less than, because I understood what I was doing, because I was building towards something. But a lot of people, like, they'll be in the crib with their parents or something like that, and they'll feel like they're less than, like, oh, they feel less deserving, they get down on themselves. At no moment did I feel like that, because I understood that I was building, I was working towards something. And again, I knew who I was and I knew where I was going. When you know who you are, you know where you're going. Nothing else matters. Like, there's nothing nobody could have told me. Oh, you don't got a car. You don't got a. I'm working right now. I'm working. Give me some time. And as I build up, you're going to see the results of this, right? And the mission was so much bigger. The mission was the boss. What we were working towards was so much bigger than me being in the crib with my parents. Like that, I didn't care about that. Like, this is where I'm at. This is what it is right now. I moved back and I was playing the college athlete things. This is just what it is. But the delayed gratification part of it, right? I didn't expect the cake to be done in 2021, 2020. The cake is still not done. Like, we still building, right? We're still working towards something, right? And it's the long game. It's the bigger picture, man. So making sure you have that delayed gratification, man. So anything else you got to add to that, the Rocket?
I mean, you said it, and the building aspect. When I went out to back to Tallahassee in 2017, again, I didn't know what the end was gonna look like, but sending Naya back down with her mom in 2020, in 2017, and then I told myself the only way, because I was at home with our parents, like the only way that I'm gonna be able to get my own crib is by going and building it on my own. And when I had the opportunity, Cone gave me the opportunity to move to Tallahassee. I was building. I was, I had to have my own crib for 2-3 years. And then we finally, came back, and now my daughter's back. So that building process, like you say, the delayed gratification. As much as I wanted to bring her with me, while we were in Tallahassee, that wasn't the right time. But now, we get back here, and now everything just falling in place. So
yeah, man. So my challenge to you right now is build now, right? Start right now, build now. What are you working towards right now? Somebody asked you that question, you should be able to answer it. What are you working towards? It could be a goal. It could be a habit. It could be a system that you're building. But what are you intentionally building right now that's going to help you? And again, don't tell me the big goal, because I know, I'm building to be successful. Oh, I'm building a business. That's cool. But no, what are you building like today that's going to help you? What is something tangible that's going to help you get to the big goal? So what are you building right now, EL2A family, man? I promise y'all, if y'all lock in, man, we're going to win together. And that's what this thing all about. Like, as we're going through life, as we're going through challenges, we're bringing it back here so we can all win together. So make sure y'all dropping in the comments, man, any feedback, any challenges that you're having with building, man, put it in the comments. Let's work together. Let's talk. Like, if you feel like something is hindering you from building, what is it? Let's talk about it. Or if you have some good advice that somebody can read in the comments, what's the time that you were in a situation to where it was trying to stop you from building, but you pushed through? Put all that in there too. We want to hear all the good stories too, because that's going to encourage somebody else. Somebody else is going to read that comment, and they're going to say, if they can do it, I can do it as well, man. So continue to build now. And what else you can do? Stop what you're doing, like, subscribe, and comment. Man, again, greatly appreciate y'all for watching episode. Cut Different Academy coming soon. Come Invest in the Future is going to save the world. And then we got that community. I'm about to go community fun day. We got that casino night coming together. Casino night, December the 10th, man. I know y'all going to be there, so can't wait to see you in the house, man. So a lot of good things going on, man. A lot of good things going on, not just with us, but in the city of Ocala, Florida. There's some good energy going on right now. A lot of great people doing great things. And so shout out to everybody that's in this city, every business, every leader, every nonprofit person that's helping this community, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Let's keep going up. Let's keep making Ocala a great place to be, a great place to live. What they say, work, play, prosper, whatever we say. So let's keep it going. So, Rock, you got anything before we end it?
It's pretty good.
All right, let's get the episode, man. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.